Somebody else that's done things bad,
Yeah.
has made it terrible on behalf of you, other students like you. But the point is we want you to graduate. And,
Yes.
DeVry is standing there and they have a scholarship to possibly give you. And in my opinion, having that scholarship and putting you in a situation of working for a company that, it's almost like you're a junior Michael Dell that is in the making here, and we want to make that happen. And
Yeah.
I know that you started a campaign,
Yes.
and that campaign is called Help Ruxton Graduate.
Yes.
And is that campaign accessible, that when people are seeing this, they can actually go on to, what is it?
Change.org. You can go on change.org. If you search in the search bar for Ruxton, Ruxton, be the first one that comes up. You go there, you sign that petition, you can leave a response if you're not satisfied. There's links to other petitions for similar causes. I encourage anyone to sign mine, but as well go sign everyone else's.
And how did you find out about that?
I went myself. I went on the internet and I was like, I want to do something about this. I don't want to sit here and just be a pawn in this entire scheme.
You're being proactive.
I went on there and I found this website. They've had so many good things have happened from this. Several other people have been, over the course of 2011, I discovered this a couple of nights ago, over the course of 2011, they stopped 20 people get deported. Just through people signing these petitions and petitioning to the president, to Immigration and Customs.
Is there a magic number that we need to get at?
Ideally, if we got 250,000 in 30 days, it would get presidential recognition, which would be really good.
And how many do we have now?
Right now, we're standing at about 275.
Each person out there, did their part.
Yeah.
But then they told two other people. That could possibly help it. But the goal is we want this to be noticed, and we want it not only to be on a local level here in Sanford, Florida, in this school that has 600 students.
Yeah.
So the first question I have is, do we know if all the students here at Crooms have done this? Have they gone on to changes.com?
I know I've posted on Facebook, and I have plenty of friends on Facebook who've posted to their friends on Facebook. Social media being the wonderful thing it is, it's the best way to get people to know about your cause. I mean, I've put it on my Facebook wall about 7 times now. I can go back in time and I can tell you I did here. And I have friends who've done the same thing. And it just takes people to sign it and just share it. Just say, I signed this petition, what do you think about this? And then your friends will sign it, and I have people that I don't even know who signed that petition.
Remember that the president actually used BlackBerry, and he got elected, and he used that for part of his campaign. So
Yeah.
with smartphones and everything, because you guys are in a technology school, we have social media, we have all these things like changes.org, but by us taking the initiative and making a difference, then it's going to help other people make a difference. So that's the first thing we want to make sure,
Yeah.
is that we want to make sure that, number one, all of our students here at the school, but then we also want to get all the people to help you.
Yeah.
But then by doing that, we want to push this out there. But let's go in a little bit about what you're involved in school. From what I understand, you're a Beta Club president.
Yeah.
You're on the National Honor Society, and you're completing all your AP classes. And what's your dream in regards to what kind of company you want to work for?
I'll be honest, I haven't looked at like companies per se. I mean, I'd love to work for Apple, I'd love to work for any technology company that'd be willing to take me in. I'm very much open to, like, I just want to go where I can get a good stable job. And in this economy, that's quite hard to do. And in the field I want to go to, it makes a lot of money, and I'd like to be able at one point to help support my family. I would like to say to my mom, I can support you now.
And
That's
don't
the
you
goal.
also have your grandmother here?
Yes, I have my grandmother's 92. She's still rocking on there. She's a great person to be around. She's a great influence in me, and I really enjoy having them this company.
Well, and they say you have a lot of love for your mom in regards to the compassion of the situation, and you're doing your part to make it easier
Yeah.
on her, but yet every day she's probably carrying a lot of stress.
Yeah.
And she has a business that, number one, she has to potentially sell, which is now going to take away from the taxes that are paid to the local economy. She buys local, which is
Yeah.
part of the local economy, which is a key aspect there. But then also you have a house that you own, so you've
Yeah.
been paying taxes and homeowners and all that stuff. So those are things that we cannot forget, as not only you're a student, but you're in a high school here that's a technology high school. And I joke around and I say it's the Apple of Silicon Valley here in Sanford, Florida. But you are a bright young man that, number one, we want to make sure graduates, but also we want your mom to stay here and your grandmother to stay
Yeah.
here because they buy local. So those are things that, number one, that are key points. But let's go back to the part of the problem. Right now it's stating that you have to leave on January 31st.
Yes.
And then it's saying that you can't even, attend a university back in the UK. So if you actually, like, where are you at right now? You're actually in 12th grade.
Yeah.
What are you having to do that if the worst case scenario happens on January 31st?
Right now, I'm doing a lot of things practically. I'm having to take courses online through several mediums in order to get enough coursework in the one time and get all as much credits as possible. Being in my senior year is not too bad. I mean, I don't have as many classes that I have to do, but I'm trying really hard to get like economics classes like that done online so I can get them done before I leave.
And basically, what would you say your percentage is on what you've been doing to get you past that roadblock? Do you feel like, A, it is accomplishable, that if they make you leave, you will have graduated or will have done everything?
I think it's accomplishable. It would not be nearly as good as I'd like it to be.
Because number one, you would not
be rushing through it, and I don't think I would learn as much as I'd like to learn from it as well. And it would basically, I feel almost like I'm rushing through the credits just so I can graduate and not gaining. The point of doing this is so I can learn, not to rush through and graduate.
Well, it's like you would not have the gratification of cap and gown and graduation with your class, because I think a lot of people take for granted that means something for students at 17, 18 years old.
Yeah.
Listen, I can't remember my graduation, so tell us what graduating with a cap and gown would mean.
It would mean a lot to me. I mean, I'd like to see my mom watch me walk across the stage. That would mean a lot to me. I'd like to see my grand watch me walk across the stage. And at the stage that we're at right now, my mom might never see that, even my high school or my college degree.
Not mistaken, but from what I understand, that we, as a group of people in the school, we've been talking about maybe finding it so you could stay here, but then naturally that puts positive negativity of pain for your mom because her young man would stay here.
Yeah.
And we have people here that are willing to help that process happen for you to stay here in this country to graduate. But then basically, if she goes back, isn't there a possibility that if she goes back, she may not be allowed to come back for 10 years?
Yes, that's one of the major things that they talk about. Is their big, almost cherry on top of the cake, so to speak. That no, you can't come back for 10 years. I mean, by me leaving in January, I'm helping myself, because if I turn 18 and a half and I'm still here, they're gonna tell me I can't come back for 10 years. So it's to have kind of grown up almost and matured here. It's kind of hard for me too. And I sometimes think, oh, my friends are here, and I'll miss all that.
You could give us one dream as of today. This is your first day back to school in the next semester. What would be your one dream about graduation and staying in the U.S. and staying where you are and graduating and all that? Just give us one or two of those pieces that you would love to see happen.
Love to be able to stay here. I don't think there's anything else that could make me much happier. Just being able to stay here and know that I don't have to worry about every morning getting up and going, oh, it's so many more days till I get to leave. I just like to have that security of knowing. People talk about having job security. I'd like to have like a life security almost here.
Yeah, because 12th grade you should be looking at internships with that potential job, and it's like, okay, but and everybody listening today, what we'd like to tell them to do is, first of all, they can go to change.org and they can actually sign a petition for Help Ruxton Graduate, but also pass it on to your friends and tell everybody you know, because we want to make sure that we get the right people in the right place that hear, feel, and know their pain, because they are people in this county that are paying taxes, living in a house, buying local, and this young man wants to graduate, and we want to see him go to DeVry, because DeVry, which is a very powerful college, is willing to help him not only go to school, but actually have a full ride scholarship. So please, help Ruxton graduate.